Hello friends, and welcome back to Restore You. And it is Why Not Wednesday. And so I thought, why not share with you some of my tried and tested ways to get the smell out of old book pages and a recent haul of vintage cards. So what I did is I Googled a million different ways, but I just tried a few. So I used baking soda, I used coffee, I used some dryer sheets. I even bought a thing of Pet Fresh because it smells delish. It smells very good. And some kitty litter. And I tried all of these, and so we are going to do a sniff test today to see how these worked out. So, and it's kind of messy, and I probably put too much in it, but one of the things a group that I'm in, well, first of all, let me tell you this. I acquired loads of these vintage cards, which, yes, I know people are asking. They will be in, some of these will be in the Etsy shop as digital. Some will be the real deal. But every single one of them came in a box. And I was like, okay, I do not need all these boxes, so I probably am going to gift them or sell them or use them to put in my Etsy shop. So this one was just coffee. Okay, there's no... And I put this coffee, so I just filled up a little bit of coffee. I used actually one of my Keurig pods and put that in there. And then I put it in the freezer. It's been in there about 4 or 5 days. It smells pretty good. It smells like coffee. There's a little residual of the smell of the box, but not terrible. I think I might stick them back in the freezer for, I mean, why not? For another week or so and see what happens. Okay, so this one, I believe, has the coffee. Hold on, let me shake this off. And a dryer sheet in the middle. So let's see how this one smells. Yep. This one smells significantly better. I can't really even smell anything on here, so that is fabulous. Now let's sniff test. Okay, so what I did with the kitty litter, I wanted to make the least amount of mess. So, and I will not lift this up, but I got a big tote that I had just emptied some things out of. So I put some baking soda in the bottom, and then I piled this. I have probably, I don't know, excuse me, 20 or so magazines in there. So I loaded those on the bottom. And then on the top, I sat this inside of it just to keep and this is just cheap kitty litter. It's something I bought for Landon to use on when he's working on his motorcycle. So if he has a spill. And so it's just cheap kitty litter, but it is the odor eliminator type. So and these have only been in here for 2 days, so. Okay, that one. Aren't these pretty, by the way? I'll be a busy girl this winter. They don't smell too bad, and they've only been in there, I think, 2 days. Let's see. Smelling pretty good. And so when I opened these up, I kind of moved them around just to put some different ones on the top and different ones on the bottom. These are all, by the way, magazines from the 40s. And I think there might be, yeah, they're from the middle or early to middle 40s. This is from 1947. So I'm doing some fun projects with those, and then I will add those to the Etsy shop someday. I don't know. Okay, so then as an afterthought yesterday, I added these all. So see, I've condensed all these boxes. So let's just mill them out. They still kind of, but I mean, they're just so beautiful. I can't wait to use them, but I'm not going to use them until they don't smell too bad. They smell better than that first box that just had the coffee in it. So just so you know, coffee, least effective thus far. Let's smell these. Whoever was married to this man is pretty lucky, because these cards are absolutely beautiful and there's a lot of them. And none of them have the person's name on them. They just say from your darling and little honey. That must be their child. See how some of these have it's from the glue. Interesting, isn't it? Look at this one. Beautiful. Let's see, did he write on this? Nope. Okay, so those could stand to go back in for a little while. This is from your darling and sweet Shirley. Maybe Shirley is AKA honey. I don't know. I think this is interesting, like all the spots. I wonder what kind of glue they used on it. This has a letter in here. I'll have to read that later. Fun. These don't smell bad, so that's good. Okay, they'll be popped back in there though. All right, what do we got here? Let's see. This one is dryer sheets and, oh, here, I can tell you if it's baking soda or the Pet Fresh. This must just be baking soda. And so far, it smells pretty darn good. These are more of the cards. And again, you probably do not need as much baking soda as I put in there. That's the only bad part. I need to get a little brush if these smell okay. And, ooh, these smell delicious. Okay, these are good. Okay, baking soda and the dryer sheet, Fabo. It must be something with the dryer sheet. So those that didn't smell so good are going back in there. Okay, this one is, I think, just the baking soda. But I would suggest that if you're going to do this, it does not ruin your papers or your books. So with a book, you could probably just stick some dryer sheets in and amongst the pages. Sorry, guys. And then maybe, and if it's too big of a book, then just maybe put it in a tote like I did with the big books and put some baking soda in there. Yes, they smell great. This makes me happy. I'll just show you some of those other ones. Okay, so the baking soda all by itself, the baking soda with the dryer sheets, it just smells more lovely. But both of those work. Coffee, less effective. I think it's a combo of that dryer sheet and the baking soda. So, winning on those. Now, let's see. Oh, that was the rest of them. Let's try this one. This is the Pet Fresh or the carpet. It says Pet Fresh Carpet Odor Eliminator. Arm & Hammer. That's why I bought it, because has to have baking soda in it, doesn't it? Oh, this smells so good. Long-lasting freshness. Pet Fresh Carpet. I'm assuming that it has baking soda in it since it's by Arm & Hammer. Okay. These smell really good. Yay. Ooh, look at this. A smushy card. So you know, just imagine this would make such a beautiful cover, and you could, if you didn't want it to say that, or if you did want to just leave it, you could, and if you didn't, you just add something over the top. So pretty. Okay, so that is that. I think what I'm going to do with some of these that don't smell delicious yet is ditch the coffee and put them in with the dryer sheets. Now, a couple of things to note. The freezer method, it's not going to help necessarily with the, that's not specifically for the odor. It's actually for helping get rid of the, if there's any mold spores. So that is the purpose of that. These all smell good, so I'm gonna use these for another batch because I do have a few left. And then I think I'm gonna stick whatever I have left. But the magazines are just, they're obviously too big. I'll show you these. Let me do the tap test here, or tap room. Now my sink is full of baking soda. There's that one. But the magazines, I don't have anything, you know, like plastic bags or anything. I guess I could put them in like a garbage bag and seal them up in there. We'll see how this works. They're not, I mean, they just smelled a little bit. Oh, that's cool. They didn't smell horrible. These are all envelopes. Good, good. So, there you have it. You can, I would suggest that you try either some kind of fresh pet odor eliminator, or just pure baking soda mixed with some dryer sheets, and I get the cheapest ones you can find. I'm going to go up and get some more and add those to my next batch. And the kitty litter works great. It does need to be in there a little bit longer, so I'll give you an update on one of our next videos. But until then, my friends, I hope that was a helpful little hint for you if you have some wonderful pieces of ephemera and they just smell a little more vintage than you'd want them to. A great, easy way to get the smell out. And like I said, you know, be patient if you can. Leave them in there as long as you can. These smell fabulous. I think I'm going to do the other cards that were in with the kitty litter and the baking soda and the magazines. And I think I'm going to put those all in Ziplocs and then put them in the freezer, because that method seemed to work the very best. So until next time, my friends, have a great day. Oh, I forgot to do a shout out. Let's see, a shout out for all of our new subscribers. Today, Kara, Lydia, and Patricia, thank you so much for following, for commenting, and being a part of our community. We appreciate it. Have a fantastic day. Cheers.